Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing video, and we've got a really good video for you today, especially if you're a fan of the Astra Militarum, because we have got the next wave of releases in front of us to unbox. So we've got the Rogal Dorn Battle Tank, we've got the Lord Solar himself, Leontus. I think that's how you pronounce his name anyway. We've got Lord Castellan, Ursula Creed, and we've got the new heavy weapons squad as well. So these, along with the new Castellan, are the rest of the new range that we haven't seen. Because of course we've got most of the releases in the Cadia Stands box. These are standalone releases. So I've been really looking forward to these. I'm currently building and painting a guard army for a crusade. So I'm really keen to get these all built and painted for you guys to check out as well. So we're going to go through these box by box. So what I want to do is take a slight pause whilst I get all this cellophane off, and then we'll take a look at each of them individually. So bear with me. So the first box we're going to look at is the new heavy weapons squad. Now, I'll be honest, this one took me a little bit by surprise. I know there's quite a few guard kits that needed updating, but I didn't think the heavy weapons squads were that bad. However, from what I've seen on images and stuff, these are really nice new sculpts. So as with the previous heavy weapons squad, you can build heavy bolters, las cannons, and mortars using this one box. An auto cannon as well, by the looks of it. Forgot about that one. You've also got the updated Cadians using these weapons as well. So they very much look like the rest of the sort of Cadian shock troops from Cadia Stands. So yeah, let's open up this box. So first of all, we've got the 3 bases, nice and straightforward. We've got the transfer sheet, which is the same one that comes with Cadia Stands. It's an updated transfer sheet. Very hard to see obviously the white images on that one. We'll look at the instructions in a second. Let's first check out the sprues. So this one appears to be the mortar and quite a few of the bodies for the Cadians on there. So you should be able to see that on the video. Quite a few parts. Hopefully it won't be too tricky to put together. A few ammo caches there. You should be able to build all 3 of the weapons teams the same, or you could go kind of 1 auto cannon, 1 las cannon, whatever your taste is really. Let's flip that over. So yeah, very cool. I'm not sure how to build my first 3. They'll probably all be the same. I think probably heavy bolters. I think looking at the codex, mortars is probably the weakest of the 4 variants. But if you want something to be firing out of cover, then yeah, obviously it's quite a good choice. But yeah, not a bad little set of sprues. I'm loving all like the little backpacks and stuff that the Cadians are now getting, like on the shock troops and on these guys. It's really cool. They're really dynamic. So the sprues, let's have a quick look at the assembly instructions. So of course it's got all the usual warnings to begin with. And then it talks about the contents. And you want to choose the variant you want to build. So, oh yeah, missile launcher, I forgot that one as well. So missile launcher, mortar, heavy bolter, las cannon, auto cannon. So that's how you build your weapon, and then your squad to go with them. And you have a sergeant there as well leading that one. Looks pretty straightforward. Quite a few parts, but nothing looks too bad. Another sergeant there. Most of the parts seem to be the Cadians themselves. The actual weapons themselves are really straightforward to go together. And then you've got some examples there painted as well. And then you've got your basic weapon stats on the back. Just in case you haven't got hold of the codex yet. So that is the heavy weapons team. we'll box this one back up and then we'll check out the next box. Next up, we have Lord Castellan Ursula Creed, who has stepped into the position left by her father, who unfortunately fell with Katie. In fact, actually, I think he got sucked into, what's that Necron character's name? The Collector. I can't think what his name is now. Is it Trazier? Something like that. Well, anyway, alive or dead, his daughter stepped into the breach, and what a glorious little model this is. So she's pretty good in the codex as well. She allows you to, I think she gives you an extra command reroll. I remember that. She also gives extra strength to the units that she gives orders to, which is pretty cool. And she's a really nice model as well. And she's pretty good with those pistols. I think they're damage 2 pistols. She's got a Duty and Vengeance, I think they're called. So let's check out the actual sprue itself. So let's open up this box. See what the base. The instructions, which we'll look at in a second. And it's just one sprue for this one. So there we go. Really nice looking base. I think it's like a Venom Crawler that she's oh no, that's sorry, that's the next model we're going to be looking at. But still a very nice base. Some debris coming out of it. You've just got the really nice Cadia banner. And she looks pretty straightforward to build as well. She's got 2 variants of heads. In fact, she might have 3. 2 variants of head. So she can have one with a helmet and then one without, depending on how you want to build yours. Yeah, nice little sprue. Nice power sword. So let's have a quick peek at the instructions. So it should be pretty straightforward, this one. There we go. So yeah, she is quite straightforward to build. Now confirming the 2 different head options. Oh, and she's actually got a different... Oh, I see. So she's got a scepter arm, and she's also got an arm with binoculars as well. Didn't know that. I might have to build mine with the one with the binoculars. As she is the true tactician. That's cool. It's very cool. I think what I'll probably also do is keep maybe blue tacker to the base for the time being and paint them separately. I think that would be the easiest thing to do. And there's her brief overview of her stats. Obviously, all the cool special rules aren't on there. There you go, her pistols. 4 shots, 12 in range, strength 5, -3 AP, and 2 damage a pop. So, yeah, it's pretty tasty pistols. And then she's got your normal kind of power sword. But she is a really nice looking model. I can see her leading my Cadians on more than the odd occasion. That is, of course, unless she's being led by the next special character that we're going to be taking a look at. It's been quite some time since we've had a Lord Solar model to lead our guard armies into battle, but here we are with the latest Lord Solar, Leontus. Again, that's how I'm pronouncing his name. You'll probably pronounce it a little bit different. But what an epic model this is. So he's atop his mechanical steed. He is pretty badass. Looks like there's a different variant on this one. I think it's just literally his head. You've got one where he's shouting and one where he's looking a bit more stern with his mouth closed. Really nice model. Really like the paint job that they've done on this. I may do mine slightly different, but I think I'll try and keep to this as close as I can. But this is the one where I think he's like rampaging over a busted Venom Crawler, maybe? I don't know. It definitely looks chaosy, doesn't it? Definitely looks chaosy. So anyway, let's check out the sprues. Those out of there. So he comes on 2 sprues. He's got a really big base. Put it on there for a second. So let's check out the first sprue. So, sorry, dodged the camera. So this for the most part looks like the horse. I'm surprised by how much of a piece it's in. I expect it to be in multiple pieces. That looks really easy to go together. So that's his horse. And then let's have a look at the second sprue. So this has the rest of the model, which is the majority of him. And also that big chunky base. Looks like you shouldn't have much of a bother painting the base separate. There you go. There's two different heads there. There is variants. So yeah, nice sprue. Really detailed kit. I mean, they all are now, aren't they? GW putting out some absolutely fantastic plastic miniatures at the moment. And then we've got his instructions. So let's see how easy he is to put together. So yeah, his horse goes together in just in a single page. Just a few little bits. Nothing too major there. Got his armor plating going on. And then you start building the Lord Solar himself, who's completely separate. So you can paint the two things separately if you wanted. I thought his legs might have to be glued onto or be part of the horse's body with him to then join, but no, he's a completely separate entity to the horse. So that's really good for painting. Really good for painting. His base is made up of a few different parts. And like with Ursula, you could easily paint that base separate and then glue the horse onto it last. So should be a real painter's dream, that one, I think. And he's no slouch in combat. He comes with quite a few special rules, which obviously aren't on the back of these instructions, just his basic stats. But he gives lots of free re-rolls. He's got a damage-free pistol. That's pretty awesome. 2 shots, strength 8, -3 free damage. And then his sword does 2 damage. So that's cool. Strength 6, toughness 4. 6 attacks, 8 wounds. So yeah, he's really cool. Be interested to see how he sort of does against other sort of big character models. I think his benefits will be in his tactical nous and all these special rules. But that's the last character we're going to be looking at. But there is one more kit that we're going to come back with. So bear with me. This is the one I've really been excited about, and that's the brand new tank for the Guard. It is the Rogal Dorn. So this thing looks big. Bigger than your Lehman Ross, but smaller than your Super Heavies. I've been really looking forward to checking this out. I believe it comes with lots of different options, which we're going to confirm in a moment when we have a look at the instructions. But even looking at the back, you've got different guys sticking out the top. You've got a guy on the back here with a heavy stubber. You've got the twin battle cannon. I think this is called the oppressor cannon, the alternative option. You've got a Gatling cannon on this variant, or you can swap it for like another battle cannon which comes out the front. And then you've got sponsors on the side as well. Yeah, I think this kit's going to have lots of different options. Love all these little details as well. Different things that are on it. Can't wait. Right, let's get this open. Let's check out these sprues. So we'll look at the instructions last. Put those to one side. So the whole tank comes on 3 sprues. Now, this is cool. So we have got a brand new tank transfer sheet. Now, I've not seen this. This wasn't in the KD Stands box, so we didn't have any tanks. I wonder if this will be put in with the old Lehman Russes. But that is a brand new transfer sheet. So what have we got on here? I think this is worth a quick close-up. So we've got different names. You've got Steel Blizzard, Frostbite 4, Valhalla. I wonder if they're planets. Spiker 5, Voistrin Firstborn. You've got them there. Talaran, Krieg. Depending on if you're not coming from Cadia, your different regiments. What have we got there? Dohatus, Brutus 2, Mortis. Lots of eagles, different numbers. You've got the Cadia symbols. Prosan Picnic. I don't know what that is. Some larger numbers, some little warning symbols and stuff. Armageddon there as well. Oh, cool. So I like the fact that they've updated the transfer sheet. That's really cool. Kind of wish there's some hazard stripes on there, but never mind. You got a little Tanner first and only there as well. So yeah, it's very, very cool. You might not be able to quite see it, but right down here, there's some really small ones that say "Stand clear," "Vent," "Warning," "Caution." That's really cool. Yeah, I like that. So that's a nice little surprise to start us off. We're then going to have a look at the sprues themselves. So this is on 3 fully packed sprues. So I'll just stamp to make sure you good look at everything. So quite a few parts. I mean, straight away you can see, get an idea of the size of this tank. One of the commanders there. I think the most difficult thing about building this is deciding how to build it, what weapon options. So that's the first sprue. The second sprue has the track sides. Like sandbags and stuff there. Your heavy stubbers. Very cool. Itching to build this. And finally, looks like the last sprue's mainly taken up with the tracks. We have got also the rest of the sides of the tank. I was speaking to the rest of the team, and I know they all hate putting these individual track pieces on. I actually don't mind it. I don't know if it's because I've done quite a few Luminous tanks already. I'm kind of used to them, but they don't really bother me. Okay, so that's all the sprues. Let's take a peek at the chunky instruction manual. So we're going to have an idea of the variants here. Obviously, it'll go through these in more detail as we go through the book. I've recently built a Spartan for Horus Heresy, and I imagine this will take probably about the same amount of time. Maybe even a bit quicker, actually, because all these parts are just big singular parts. So you build the 2 track parts separate, and you connect them together with all these different parts. So actually, it very quickly starts to look like a tank, pretty promptly. But that's all standard affair. And then we get to choose here. So you've got the oppressor cannon, and you've got the twin battle cannon. The options. You can choose to have, you know, guys sticking out the top, maybe just 2 guys sticking out the top, or none at all. I think I want to have mine with all 3 guys popping out. I think that looks really cool. Because I'm hoping I'll be able to paint them separately, which it looks like I should be able to do pretty easy. Which is really good. Got a guy there with binoculars, or he's pointing. Definitely have a guy pointing out the top of a tank pointing. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. And building the actual tank turret itself. A heavy stubber that you can choose to put on the top. Stubbers on the front, or you can swap them for melter guns. Man, what a tank. What a tank. Your sponsors. So again, these can be heavy bolters, or they can be melter, depending on your taste. And we'll say, so we've got interchangeable parts. You've got, this is cool, because you kind of did these on the Sentinels as well. You can have like fuel cans, or you can have packs. You've got different equipment here that you can glue onto your tank if you want, and it sort of shows you where they go. But you've got a bit of freedom to kind of put what you want on where. You've got an option of what you put on the side of your tank there as well. very cool. And some more little extra parts that you can put on, and then a painted example in the finished article. Such a nice tank. And then, just in case you're unsure still, here are your different sort of weapon profiles for the tank if you haven't got hold of the codex yet. I think personally, I want to go for the oppressor cannon and the Punisher cannon, hull-mounted cannon, heavy bolts on the sponsors. I'm just undecided if I want to go for melter or stubbers on the front, but we'll see. But that oppressor cannon is hard to ignore. D6 plus 3 shots, strength 10, minus 3 AP, and flat 4 damage. Excellent. I'll take that. Thanks very much. So that wraps up the Rogal Dorn. And does, in fact, wrap up this video. So, well, I say it wraps up this video. I'm going to beaver away and get some building done. And then, hopefully, I'll be able to sort of take a slight pause around about now and come back with some nice finished miniatures. So here we are a few days later after recording that first segment of the video, and I've managed to build and paint some stuff. Now, 2 of the boxes I unfortunately haven't really touched yet. The Lord Solar I'm hoping to build and paint and post on social media this coming week. And I've also got the Heavy Weapons team as well to get done. So unfortunately I didn't get around to doing those, but I did manage to tackle the other 2 kits. So first of all, we're going to check out Ursula Creed. So she is our new special character. And yeah, she's an incredible model. I hope I've done her justice. I've tried to put a little bit more time in to face and stuff than I would normally do. Every model I paint, I'm trying to push myself to paint that a little bit better. She has got a few little bits to kind of finish off. There will be some better images as well on spruesandbrews.com. I'll put the link in the YouTube description. But there she is. Really nice model. I painted her and her base separately, made life a heck of a lot easier. Also, I built her with the binoculars instead of the sort of staff that she has, and I built it with the normal head rather than the hooded one. So here we go, that's Ursula Creed. Now the big boy. So I was really looking forward to building and painting this. It is, of course, the Rogal Dorn. So let's see if we can get that in focus there. So I built the 2 guys on top separately and painted them separately, sprayed them grey sear like I do on my normal guardsman, and then mainly contrast. And then the actual Rogal Dorn itself, I used a Colour Forge green spray. It's basically Castellan green. Our thanks to Colour Forge for sending those sprays to us. I really wanted a darker tank. Managed to apply some of the brand new transfers. Got one at the front there as well. Acadian logo there. I've even got its name on the side of the turret there. Wrath of Creed. Really nice tank to build and paint. I built it with the 2 melter guns at the front. You've got the Punisher cannon. You've got the oppressor cannon with its coaxial auto cannon and heavy bolter sponsors. Then the heavy stubber on top. Really nice tank. I have actually got next to me, completely forgot to, good job I have, because I've completely forgot to get this ready. I've got a normal Lehman Russ. So if I put those side by side there, yeah, there's quite a size difference between these 2 tanks. I'll have some better comparison shots over on the website as well. But just to give you an idea of the size difference between those 2. Really nice tank to build and paint. I think it's actually the first Warhammer tank I've ever built that's actually hollow. It's got like a... not hollow, I mean, they're all hollow. It's got a gap at the bottom. I mean, I suppose there's no point in them putting a plastic part in there. So yeah, there it is. I'm going to have to get at least another one of these, I think. Maybe build it with the twin battle cannon instead. But yeah, really nice. Really, really nice model. Just a few touch-ups to do, actually. But I'm really happy with how I've got on with that. So they are 2 of the next wave built and painted. Like I say, my challenge next is the Lord Solar and the Heavy Weapons teams. And then I really should get finishing my infantry squad so I can actually have some games. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing video and this showcase of these minis. Again, I'll say it again, over on spruesandbrews.com, I will have some pictures of the sprues separately, and also hopefully some better shots of these two models for you to look at and enjoy. Our thanks to Games Workshop for sending these kits to us. It's greatly appreciated. It means I can, bring this content to you guys. Yeah. So until next time, have a great time hobbying, and I'll speak to you all again very soon. Bye.